Eitan, I hope you're going to stay with us 20 minutes. We are starting now to learn Torah Zayin in Likutei Moharan. In the second chelek, which is a fundamental Torah in Likutei Moharan. Rabbeinu said this Torah on Chanukah, 2 years before he passed away. So this is a Torah that was said it's the second to last Torah that we have in Likutei Moharan. The last one is Chet. We have, actually could be a few before. One of the last Torah that Rabbeinu ever said. It is a Torah which is life-changing. And by doing this, by learning this, we're actually joining now a worldwide organization which is called Likutei, which many communities, many shiurim around the world are learning the same Torah. It's a preparation in Uman. If you saw, it was a big tent where they had tons of learning going on. It was Likutei had a part in the tent. And we're actually now going to be Mikayim what Rabbeinu wanted. Rabbeinu wanted we should learn Likutei Moharan in two ways. Rabbeinu said that the Torah itself is the dat of the tzaddik. Rabbeinu wanted we should learn Likutei Moharan quickly, to get a lot of knowledge. What does Rabbeinu say about this? What does Rabbeinu say about this? And then to take it slowly. Take one Torah, learn the Torah, review the Torah, live the Torah, and any question you have, any issue that's going on with you, your avodat Hashem for those few months while you're learning the Torah, you'll find all the answers here. Everything is going to be here. It's a Ruach HaKodesh. The Rebbe himself will be guiding you through this Torah. And you're receiving the dat of the Rebbe like he wanted it, to live the Torah. And that means that now all the tefillot that you're going to pray, your bodhi that you're going to do, should be based on attaining the things in this Torah. People say, I can't speak to Hashem. I'm not able to make it bodhidut. Because you're not doing it exactly the way the Rebbe said. Rebbe wanted you should learn the Torah and have it in your pocket. So even though we're going to do 20 minutes a day, really what it should be is you should have it with you. Take time to review it on your own. Because when I'm going to say it to you, it's going to sound nice, it's going to be good ideas. But to make an acquisition, for it to be yours, you got to review it. You got to review it in English and French and whatever language you learn it. You got to take it and dissect it and live it. And by doing that, the concepts are going to become alive. And then you're going to see how far you are from those concepts. How far you are from living what's written over here. And then when you're far from it, what are you going to do? You're going to give up? No, that's when Yidbodid starts. Hashem, I realize what it is to be merciful. I realize what it is to have a manig. I realize what it is to be close to a tzaddik. Where can I find one? How can I be close to one? And so, by living this Torah and praying about it, everything will change. Rabbeinu had a great grandson, of Shinshin Barsky. He was one of the big manhigim in Breslov in Uman. And he wrote letters. One of the letters he says, I see people are coming and going to Uman back and forth. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's great, but it's a beginning. If you don't accompany it and right away add into your diet Likutei Moharan, the Torah of the Rebbe, B'kviyut, he says over there, Lashon, I can't remember if it's exact Lashon, and mamash b'tkarutam. The itkarut is not mamash. It's not a real coming close. The tzaddik is the sechel of the tzaddik. And you can see people go to Uman many years. And they still are not living what Rabbeinu said. There's an experience, there's a hype, there's the itorihut, there's the tshuva, there's the group, there's the movement, there's the praying with 1,000 people, and the chavirim, and the nisiyah, and yeshuot, yeah. But don't you want to have the Rebbe in your heart, in your mind? That's what we're going to do now. So I invite you to listen, but I invite you also to put a bit of extra efforts and to know the Torah. That means we can speak the Torah back and forth. The way to learn the Torah, we're going to go through it once quickly. We're going to go through the words. We're going to come back. We're going to see the ksharim. We're going to see how one thing links to another. We're going to see the Likutei Arachot and its selected Likutei Arachot. And it should be that by the end of this, you're able to say, what is Torah Zayin? Torah Zayin starts with this. It goes to this. It goes to this. It goes to this. This opens up to this. It comes back to this. It's back and forth, right? We'll speak about this more as we go. Torah Zayin. Vahi miketz shnatayim yamim ufaro cholem. Rabbeinu, the way that he does usually is he brings a pasuk. This pasuk is speaking about Yosef HaTzadik. That vahi miketz shnatayim yamim, after 2 years that Yosef HaTzadik was in jail, the extra 2 years, after he was already there for 10 years, Ufaro Chonem. And Rabbeinu stops the pasuk over there. And Paro had a dream. What Rabbeinu does is he gives a hasaga. He's going to give his, what he brought down, his intellect. And then he's going to dress it up in the pasuk. He's going to show you how this is also in the pasuk. Many Mifashim, they look at the pasuk, they try to figure out what it means, and they got great ideas. Rabbeinu sees great ideas, and then he puts them and shows and tries to find a Gemara or a pasuk where he could plant that idea. Says Rabbeinu. The pasuk says, so we're going to see at the end how this is connected. Ki marhamam yinahagem. The pasuk says, a merciful person will be a leader. Hainu mishu rachman hu yachon yot manhig. A leader, by definition, we cannot choose everybody that has a charismatic personality. The definition of leader is a rachman. Whoever has mercy, whoever has pity, whoever has love, he's allowed to be a manhig. Doesn't mean we can't learn together. Doesn't mean we can't be chazik together. And we're going to see that this manhig is actually one. The manhig, who's the guide, the leader, the chief, he has to have this attribute of mercy. But says Rabbeinu, it's not enough to be merciful. You need to know how to use the mercy. You're not allowed to have pity and mercy on a killer, on a wicked person, and on a stealer. Can you understand the foolishness of having pity on terrorists? Could there be bigger foolishness in the world? I saw a story not long ago, a real story, that there was a young Arab boy from one of the villages that got some glass in his eye. Hundreds of pieces. They rushed into the Jewish hospital. There was a doctor over there. They gave up. He's going to lose the eyes. Nothing. It's too much. One doctor over there had pity. Said, no, I'm not giving up. And he stayed hours. I don't know how many, 20 hours. And he didn't sleep. And he took out every little piece until he saved his eye. Saved his eyes. Can't remember 1 eye or 2 eyes. Kid's name is Yusuf. Fine. He was like, let's say, a 15-year-old kid. Years go by. 10 years go by. Now he's all of a sudden caught in some terrorist activity. And they have to kill him. And finally comes face to face the killer with this doctor. And he looks up and he sees the eyes, and it was the Yusuf. It was the guy that he saved his eyes. And he tells him, Yusuf, don't forget what I did for you. And you see that he had a moment of hesitation. And he told him, that was then, this is now. Baf, he killed him. Nice. What in the world are you having? So that kid maybe was a terrorist before or something. Or you have the sinwar. You have pity on a guy like this, you do him an operation. You give him education in jail. You save him from cancer. And then he comes and he orchestrates this. There's no pity on a rotzeach. So pity, and sometimes you have a rasha, you have to know. There's some people that Rahmanut is not meant for them. Chazal say, if you're merachem on the rasha, if you're merachem on somebody you're not supposed to, you're going to be achzari on somebody you're supposed to be merachem. You could be cruel to somebody you're supposed to actually be helping. So the Rahmanut has to be well balanced, and we're going to try to figure out what this Rahmanut is. Says Rabbeinu, v'ken mi she'enu yodeya ech nitnaheg im Rahmanut, and this is something else. So one is there are people that you're not allowed to merachem, and then even on the people that you are allowed to be merachem, you need to know what kind of mercy do you need to have for them. Azayuchan nirachem al tinok. של 4 ימים, ניתנו מאכל צריך לגדול, ולא לקטן כזה. Now, even though you understand the rule. Some people, no, that's not where I'm putting my energies. I'm putting my energies with people that have to be helped. But then you got to know how to help. If you give to a child an adult food, or if you give to an adult child food, that's not what he needs. You need to know each one what he needs. כי קטן כזה צריכים להזונו רק על ידי חלב דייקה. To a child, you need to give milk. But כן, צריך לדע איך להתנהג עם החנות. שלקטן כזה צריכים לרחם ליתן לו חלב דייקה, ולגדול מאכל הצריך לו. You give to an adult what an adult needs, and you give to a child what a child needs. וכן, על כל אחד ואחד צריכים לרחם במה שצריך לו. Each person, you need to have pity and rachmanut on what he needs. It's very satum, what Rabbeinu just did. And by the way, Rabbeinu said the Torah for hours. It was a long event. Rabbi Natan later, when he wrote and printed the book, at a certain point he separated them. And Rabbi Natan, in his understanding, he said, this will be Ot Aleph. This is the first Nekuda. You see that there's a bet over here next? That's Rabbi Natan did that. Now there's a bet. So the first piece in the puzzle that we have now in this big, long Torah, Likutei 1, is number one, that to be a manig needs Rachmanut. The Rachmanut cannot be for Rishayim. You need to know how to have. And second, even a person that we have to be Me'achem, you got to know what he needs. Don't give him too much, and don't give him too little. Still not clear what Rabbeinu wants. Bet. The Rahman Kazeh, says Rabbeinu, Hu rak Moshe Rabbeinu. So, who knows what everybody needs? Who knows what he needs to receive? The only one that can fully know is Moshe Rabbeinu. And the only one that has a full Rahmanut is Rosh Rabbeinu. כי הוא היה מנהיג ישראל, והוא יהיה מנהיג לעתיד, כי מה שהיה הוא שיהיה. The real, ultimate, par excellence, manig, leader that we had was Moshe Rabbeinu. Took us out of Egypt and gave the Torah. The Mashiach himself will be the reincarnation of Moshe. Lo kam Yisrael ke Moshe od. Mikoradim said, I think the Arizal said, that Moshe Rabbeinu, you're never going to get another one like Moshe. But he himself will come back. You'll never replace him, but he could come back. So the Mashiach is actually a reincarnation of Moshe. So he was the Manhig, and he will be the Manhig. כי מוישה רבנו היה לו רחמנות באמת על ישראל. הוא מסר נפשו בשביל ישראל. והשליך נפשו מנגד. ולא היה חושש על עצמו כלל. Another characteristic of the Manhig. That Moshe Rabbeinu was a truly Rahman. You know why? Because he was Moser Nefesh. Sometimes a person wants to be a leader, but he just needs people to feed his ego and feed himself. So he's leading people for himself. But where do we see if there's a person's a real Manhig, how much he's willing to give up and sacrifice for the one that he's supposed to be leading them? Moshe Rabbeinu was Moser Nafsho. Umasar Nafsho. Ishlich Nafsho Mineged. He removed him. He gave up himself completely. Lo haya choshesh la'atzmo klal. There was no self-interest whatsoever in his leadership. כי השם יתברך אמרנו, אסך לגוי גדול, והוא לא השכיח על זה, רק אמר, אם תישא חטאתם, מניין מכן ינא. When Am Yisrael did Avirah of Chet HaEgel, Hashem was willing to destroy, and it was a test. Now we're in Pashat Noach. Hashem tells Noach, I'm going to destroy the world. So build a Teva. Noach builds a Teva, 120 years, Hashem destroys the world. Noach comes out, and he says, Hashem destroyed everything. How could he have done that? So the Zohar says, he tells him, Raya Shatya, you're a ro'eh, you're a shepherd, you're the tzaddik. You're the one that's supposed to be taking care of the people. Now you tell me this. Why didn't you ask mercy for them before? In other words, Hashem creates a system of schar ve'onesh. There is schar ve'onesh. There is din and rachamim. Hashem wants to give good to the world. Okay, this is a fundamental thing. We're not going to go over the time, God. A fundamental reason why Hashem creates the world is to do good. Why did Hashem create the world? We don't know all the reasons, but we know one thing. We know what Hashem tells us. Tov Hashem lakol. Hashem wants to do good. Derech hatov netiv. It's written in all the Sfarim. The Ramchal. Whoever is good does good. Hashem is the ultimate good. He will do the ultimate good. The ultimate good that Hashem does is by creating, wants to give you. What's the best way of giving you? Not a free gift, not a world where you've not earned it. The best gift to give you is that you should come to a world, you should be challenged, You should have a Yetzirah, you should overcome it, and the reward you're going to get there is going to be so great that it's worth it to make a world for that purpose. Even though, when you say that there's going to be a reward if you did something good, you have to be fair, and you have to give a consequence and a punishment if somebody did something not good. Hashem did not create the world to punish the world. But in order to give good to the world, He has to create what's called the punishment so that it's a fair reward. Because if there's no possibility of negative consequences, then the positive means nothing. Then it was just a free gift as well. Hashem is willing to take, and that's why there's tshuva. You never ask yourself a question, what is Yom Kippur? Is that ridiculous? You do Avirot the whole year, and now you come, you say, I'm sorry, and we erase everything? Yeah, because the point is not to punish you. The point is to give you. The best way of giving you is giving you a Yetzirah. That's the best way of giving everything to giving you the best possibility that could be in the world. Now, Noach should have prayed for them. If he's able to circumvent, he's able to pray for them and expiate them, and he doesn't do that. So now Noach is called a Raya Shatya. He's called a shepherd that doesn't know how to fulfill his role. Even though there is this reward and punishment, Hashem is going to send these tzaddikim who are here to guide you, to lead you, to pick you up, to save you from it. Noach doesn't know this rule. We can't blame Noach because Noach actually comes back in reincarnation as Moshe. Nobody told him the rule that you're able to save. So Hashem, it means like this. Hashem has no choice but to be bound to his rules of punishment. He has to. Because he wants to give the reward, so there has to be what's called the din. He has to. But he wants that the tzaddik should be able to circumvent the din, to do the good to the people, because he doesn't want to punish. So he has no choice but to create a system of din and beit din shel mana and punishment if you do avirot, even though that's not his desire. This thing, why is he yelling at Noach? You said you're going to destroy the world. What do I know? You're the boss. Yeah, but don't you know I'm giving you a wink? There's a bad cop, good cop. I want you to be the good cop. I have to be the bad cop because I have to be the bad cop to give good to the world. But when there's the punishment, I need you to save the day. A certain point after one of the avirot, Moshe Rabbeinu took his tent and he moved it from, he put it away from Am Yisrael. So I think Rashi over there says, well, Hashem told him, 1 second, if you're mad and I'm mad, who's going to help them? I have to show I'm mad, but you have to be kind of them. And you have to beg me to forgive them, and I'm going to forgive them. So Noach doesn't know the rules. Moshe Rabbeinu, Avraham Avinu tested the waters. If you save Sdom, if there's 10 tzaddikim, there's 50, 10, he didn't push it all the way. Moshe Rabbeinu said, Im ein michenina. Look, you know what we're going to do? These people did a bad job. We're going to start again. We're going to make you. There's Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, and Moshe, and everything's going to start from you. You're going to be the father. Says, listen, I'm the leader. If one of my sheep is down, I'm not a leader. You gave me the sheep, not one will be taken away from me. You don't touch one of the hairs, you take me. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu said. If you forgive them, if not, erase me. Put me out of here. Take me away from here. Hashem loved that. Hashem finally found the one that could push him to the limits of his mercy. That was Moshe Rabbeinu. So you see that, but he didn't know if he was going to accept it. Moshe Rabbeinu knows he has to do this, and he's willing to take the risk. Well, you pushed it too much. Maybe, no, the Rachmanut is not that big. Moshe Rabbeinu is willing to sacrifice everything for this. He's a Rahman. And he was not thinking about himself, because it wouldn't be nice that in the Tefillah we say, Elokei Abraham, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov, Elokei Moshe. You know what a kavod is going to be? Yeah, everybody's destroyed. What can do? They're Rashayim. But everything started from me. He's not thinking about that. He's thinking about the people, how to save them. Ki hu haya Rachman u'manhig amiti. Moshe Rabbeinu was the true Rahman, the true Manhig. והיה עוסק ביישובו של עולם, שהעולם מיושב מבן אדם. כי עיקר האדם הוא הדת, ומי שאין לו דת, אינו מן היישוב, ואינו מכונה בשם אדם כלל. רק הוא בחינת חיה בדמות אדם. משה רבנו היה רחמנות, I'm going to finish in one second, we're going to repeat this tomorrow, והיה עוסק ביישובו של עולם, שיהיה עולם מיושב, מבן בני אדם, היינו בני דעה. בקיצור, משה רבנו was here, we're going to see tomorrow, to give dat to the people. We're going to see the Hemshech, that the real Rahmanut is to save them from sin. to save them from going away from God. Rachmanut, false Rachmanut, is to say, it's okay if you don't learn Torah. Make sure you get a good degree. It's Rachmanut, not placed well. Nothing wrong with getting a degree. Nothing wrong with having a parnasah. The problem is when you tell them, it's okay if you do avirot a little bit, but make sure you get a parnasah, make sure you do this. That's false Rachmanut. The real Rachmanut, what we're going to see after 120 years, if we would have eyes to see today. Rabbeinu said in Sichot, the same way you could have a guy that's walking along with rags, and he's sleeping on the street. Everybody has pity on him. We can see that pity. The person who doesn't has averot and doesn't have mitzvot and shamayim, the pity is much greater. Because here you can give him food, you can give him a place to sleep, you can give him a bed, you can give him clothes. There you can't really help him unless there's a few ways to help him. So either way, Moshe Rabbeinu is the manhig. He's the Rahman. He's the par excellence manhig. It doesn't mean you can't be a manhig, but the real manhig is him, and you have to emulate and copy him in your anagah. That means number one, not to be thinking about yourself, to be thinking about the other one, mesira nefesh, and the main thing is to give dat to the people. The highest tzedakah you could give is not money, it's dat. If you give a guy wisdom that he's going to live his life that much better, you help him much more than anything else. Chazak Baruch.
What is